Today, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Two teams that have met at least twice a year since 1932. The Lions and Packers underway from Lambeau. The dangerous hill now to return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the number 1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And will wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Now Goff. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Goff. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Harris. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 68 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently. Maybe work it outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your running game.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping it for a loss.
Goff's throw taken in by Hockenson here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Goff now looks to throw. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. Here we go with the Packer offense, guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, a 13-yard touchdown run, and the Packers have taken the early lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by McCann, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. McCann's got it teed up. The return man is Hill. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Preston Smith able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. We had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinter's blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Pulled in at the 24. Touchdown, Packers! An impressive punt return of 76 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. McCann now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. McCann's got it teed up. Returning it, Hill. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick up the first down with Adams. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here comes the Lions punter now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded like a 5-year-old.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's St. Brown of the jet sweep. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Equanimous St. Brown, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that, because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
McCann's got it teed up. The dangerous Hill now to return. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Tight end right. Tight end right. 3 down. Like 12.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And it's caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on a punt return, and now he's scored through the air. And the Packers are able to add on to their first half lead.
It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. You don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And it is 28-0. McCann's got it teed up. The return man is Hill. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Goff. The ball comes out, and this is going to be Packer football. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you. No matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Mike 12.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
It's a big play there for Green Bay.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Drop deep, drop deep. Watch tight end. Watch tight end.
They'll try again with Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Packers open the lead up to 34-0.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. McCann's got it teed up. Returning it, Hill. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jared Goff and the... Rest of the Lions offense set to go to work once more. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse.
Mike 91. Here we go, here we go. 91 is the money.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
Here we go, fellas, here we go, here we go.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Goff. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the... .43. Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. And the
timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's Goff. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And there he goes again. Touchdown, Packers. That is something you almost never see. A punt return better than 100 yards from one end zone to the other. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, if you're into cheesy movies, you would title this one A Half to Remember, wouldn't you? His second return touchdown of the game.
What if I'm not into cheesy movies?
Well, go ahead and get into it, man, because I just did it, and you're going to green light that one. How about those returns? Maybe they ought to think about not kicking him.
Yeah, they might want to get away from him in the future. Extra point by McCann, up and good, and that will extend this big lead. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. The dangerous Hill now to return. Now increase here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Getting set to go again here on offense. Jared Goff trots back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Looking to throw again on second down. Goff. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. To throw is Goff. He'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. Here comes the Lions punter now. He's been one of a few bright spots so far. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin in the Windy City, where the New York Giants have made the trip to take on Chicago. And it's the Giants who are out in front in the second quarter. Kenny Galladay, a touchdown reception. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Odell Beckham, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And that game has gone to halftime with the visiting Texans out on top. Philip Lindsay, well on his way to a 100-yard afternoon. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them is what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things. But
what a play! To the races, what a play! Down the right side. Touchdown, Packers! Aaron Jones with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Packers are pouring it on. What an excellent run, and from the beginning, the defense just looked a little fooled, a little out of position.
A little bit frozen, too, because when you hand the ball inside, you lose sight of it oftentimes as a defender, and your eyes naturally gravitate to the quarterback. And before they realized it, he was off and running through the thick of the line while the quarterback faked it and carried it outside.
Extra point by McCann, up and good, and the lead will swell by one more. McCann's got it teed up. The return man is Hill. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. You might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. From the gun, here's Gone. And this is going to be incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
That's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they get into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On second down, it's Jones. He takes us from the 30 to the 34.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. And incomplete on the deep ball. Here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's going to try and go deep again. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. His throw incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers use the short field to get in for 6.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
McCann for the point after.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown.
McCann's got it teed up.
Returning it, Hill.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And Detroit back in possession of the football.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
2nd and 10.
I got one. 44's the mic. 44's the mic. Check.
Back to throw. Gone. Packer pressure, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge
analysis about why they've struggled so far? They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
The offensive film section may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. The guts to stand in there and take the hit and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Fielded just inside the 20. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a first down carry by Jones. Jones breaking from the contact. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
123 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Over.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. On play action. Now Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers.
Amari Rodgers,
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
and the Packers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that will extend this big lead.
McCann's got it teed up.
The dangerous Hill now to return.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Let's go, baby.
So out now come the Lions.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
I'm here all day. 44's the mic. 44's the mic.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Let's go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Goff now looking to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A throw over the middle, taken in.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
We got 3.
Goff throwing again.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted.
Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 2nd and 12, Goff.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just one conversion in 8 tries, not good. This is 3rd down and 12.
On the draw, Goff will give this to Swift.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. He'll take it at the 42.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards.
And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Rodgers throwing here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to let it go again. And this is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
McCann's got it teed up.
The return man is Hill.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st and 10, Goff.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Sorry for the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Goff now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at him and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. He'll get this off to Swift. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Packers, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the rough season continues as they've plunged to 1-13. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.